Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Sam Johnson. Today we're talking about my favorite photos, some of my favorite photos from 2020. I thought I'd just showcase some of these photos and kind of talk about the stories behind them. Disclaimer, this is not my idea. This is totally unoriginal. I was actually watching a video the other day from this guy, this YouTuber named Arn Uner. I think is how you, well, it's not how you say it, but it's as close as I can get. But his handle is That Icelandic Guy. He's really cool YouTuber, and he's doing a lot of cool stuff with photo and video on Instagram and TikTok as well. So go check him out. But yeah, he did this exact same video. I watched it. I got super inspired to do it myself and to do my own take on it. I thought it'd be a really cool way, like I say, to showcase some work, to talk about the stories behind the photos, and yeah, so on and so forth. So let's just jump right in. I'm gonna start right at the start of 2020 here. So starting off, we got this photo here. This is of the Oculus, the World Trade Center, New York. First 3 months of 2020, my friend Nicole and I did a bunch of traveling. Started out in New York and went all through Europe. So a lot of these photos are kind of from those travels. But yeah, this photo, it's not very original, but I wanted to have my own version of this shot. I actually shot horizontal, and I shot all the way up and stitched them all together after in Lightroom into a panorama because I couldn't actually get wide enough. I was shooting on the 80D at the time with the 11-16 from Tokina, and yeah, it wasn't quite wide enough, so I had to stitch a bunch of photos together. But yeah, it worked out good, looked cool. And yeah, I was happy with how this one turned out. Really cool light, and yeah, just fun lines, and yeah, cool shot. Very unoriginal, but like I say, I want to have my own version of it. So where am I? Okay. Just want to make sure I'm positioned correctly in this frame, because I'm gonna put, yeah, okay. Next shot, this one here. This is from France. We hiked to the middle of the city, and there's this church on this hill in the middle of town. Lots of lookout points and stuff up there. And here we got Nicole looking at this infographic, and she got her classic yellow backpack on, which was in a lot of the photos I took, but it was a good pop of color. And yeah, I mean, I didn't plan this shot at all. I was just kind of snapping photos, shooting a bunch, and this one just kind of came together. I was shooting 100 millimeters. On my 80D, and yeah, it just, the compression and everything, and the way the light was hitting from the side, kind of coming in, it made it look so much more epic in the photo than it did actually in real life. But yeah, it came out really cool, just the whole city sprawling in front there. And yeah, this was one of those photos I was just pleasantly surprised with. So yeah, that one's super cool. Next shot, probably be this one here from Tuscany. Rented a car, we drove around the countryside and saw a bunch of Italy. I would recommend, because you get to see so much more of the country, but make sure you know the traffic regulations and laws and stuff, because I got a few tickets, which absolutely sucks. But yeah, I guess it was, it was worth it, I would say. This was earlier in the morning, so the light was good. I wanted to get the classic shot of the Tuscany countryside with the rolling hills and the spiry trees and everything like that. This is not a perfect composition, but it still kind of captures the essence of what was going on in that moment. And yeah, I'm happy with how it came out. The greens were nice, and yeah, I'm glad I got this shot. So I'd love to go back and obviously take more, of course. So that one was pretty cool. This one here, I always wanted to go to the Dolomites. So right in the last couple of days of having our car, we drove up into the mountains. We didn't get very far because there's more snow than we thought, so we didn't get to go to all the places we wanted to, but we were still able to see some mountains. And this is like, I'm no stranger to massive Rocky Mountains, living close to the Canadian Rockies myself, but these mountains, something about them is just so different and so epic, so cool. I got this in the morning with the light hitting the mountain, and yeah, super cool light, super cool colors. I think it cropped in quite a bit with this one, but still came out pretty good, pretty sharp, and yeah, very pleased with it. This one here was pretty cool. This was taken in Ukraine. We spent a week in Ukraine and we did just a lot of walking around, exploring, taking photos, that kind of thing. So the weather there wasn't the greatest, so there's lots of puddles and stuff all the time that we were there. So I was trying to get this reflection of this building in the background in this puddle, and this girl came walking around the corner right as I was taking some photos, and totally unassuming, did not know I was taking photos, checking her phone, and yeah, ended up being a really natural, cool photo. I was able to snap a couple shots before she walked by, and yeah, it came out good. So happy with this for sure. Again, unplanned, just kind of happened. Probably one of my favorite shots from that country that I got. So that came out cool, and I'm very pleased with it. This one here, London. London was one of our last stops of the trip. I think a lot of people have taken a photo similar to this, but I was just really happy with how this came out. Sunset, the lights flaring off the buildings here. You get the leading lines from the railing, the blue in the sky and the buildings, just super nice. Yeah, very pleased with this. Very balanced photo. So I was happy with how this came out. Definitely would want to go back again and take more. All these spots I want to go back to and just take more photos and get better shots every time. So yeah, very pleased there. I'll go this one here. This was also taken in France. We took a bus to the outskirts of the city and we hiked all the way out to the coast. It was a little ways, it was a few kilometers at least, and there's all these jagged cliffs along the ocean, and we hiked up to this ridge and we had lunch up there, and the way the light was hitting, something about the way the clouds were just kind of dispersing the sunlight, it was like really soft even though it was midday, and yeah, all the colors really popped, and just, it was a beautiful place to take photos. I 100% would go back there. There's so many more photos to be taken there. It's such a cool environment. So yeah, very pleased with this one. This one here was one of my most planned shots of 2020. I took this, I had this idea to go into the backcountry in the Alpine and the Rockies and take this photo of a tent or some kind of small subject in the sprawling landscape, mountains in the background, that kind of thing. And so I took this photo, and yeah, I did not expect it to go the exact way it did, but it came out still, like I had it planned to a point, and then I was just kind of left it up to the hike I was doing and the conditions and everything like that. So this one did turn out good. I got the landscape version here, and yeah, the portrait version. I did actually make a vlog about this whole experience, so you should go watch that. But yeah, happy with this one, how it came out. Very planned, but yeah, worth it. I'm glad it came out the way it did. So this one here was pretty sweet. This is up in northern Canada. Went camping in the fall with a friend, and the place we were at was super, like there wasn't a ton of people at all, so we kind of had the whole place, and woke up early one morning. The lake was absolutely glass, and the sunrise was amazing. You could see it just lighting up the trees in the background here. Got a picture of the dock. Colors were popping. It was just absolutely amazing. The only thing I should have done different, I was shooting at 100 millimeters. Really enjoying that lens this year, so I shot a lot of these photos at 100 mil. But the only thing is that I shot at 2.8 and I focused on the dock, so these trees in the background are a little bit soft. So I wish I would have upped that aperture just a bit, but yeah, that's me picking it apart and exposing myself a bit. But one mistake, but it doesn't look too bad, and the light is good, so happy with that one. Next, this guy here, super happy with this one because, again, I didn't really expect to get a super cool shot like this. The idea just kind of came to me as I was out shooting. So I went to Vancouver Island for a trip back in the fall as well, and I met up with my cousins and we did some bouldering, and here's my cousin trying to do this harder route. I was able to get up on top and get a vantage point shooting down, and it was just kind of cool. Shot really wide with making his hand kind of look bigger and his arm leading into him climbing. He went tarps off for this one, so it just added to the drama and intensity, I guess, of this shot. So yeah, super cool. Pleased with it for sure. I guess this guy here, this was on the ferry leaving Vancouver Island going to Vancouver. We were coming in and out of these islands, and we just passed this one island and this view opened up, and this is Mount Baker in Washington. So it was super cool to see a landscape in another country from another country, like over the border. And yeah, Mount Baker, lonely mountain. It looks like from this perspective, just this white topped mountain. And it was later in the day too, so you got those pink skies coming in. And yeah, I had to crop in from the 100 quite a bit in editing because I didn't have any more reach, but yeah, I'm still happy with it. A little bit soft because of that, but it still kind of captures the feeling of what I was going for and what I was seeing. So super cool. And yeah, I got it printed and it's sitting in my room. So yeah, very cool. The last one here, I'll do this one. This is kind of cheating because I took this last weekend in 2021, but I was out skiing and I was shooting all day. Nothing was looking good. All the photos were turning out absolutely trash. And it was the last run of the day. My brother and I were heading down, and we were just skiing out, so we didn't actually need to catch any lifts or anything. We still need to get out, but we had a little extra time to shoot some photos. So we were skiing on the far side of the mountain where a lot of the powder was and a lot of the untouched snow was. So I got my brother to kind of go out onto this little ridge, and I lined him up with the whole kind of mountain range in the background. And this one came out quite good. I was quite happy. I shot this at 85 millimeters at like f2 or f1.6 or something like that. Maybe a little higher, I can't remember exactly, but just to get the focus on him and then the mountain range in the background. Really happy how this came out because yeah, I was getting garbage photos all day, and then this one was kind of how I ended the day, and yeah, I was quite content and pleased. So yeah, very pleased. Be persistent when you're taking photos, even if things aren't turning out, and maybe you'll get something good. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed these little stories from kind of behind the scenes of these photos. What else do I have to say? Yeah, please subscribe, please consider it. It's helping me out. Those of you who are subscribing, I really appreciate it. Please like the video if it was decent, and leave a comment below if there's a certain type of video you'd like me to make. I'd love to hear from you and hear what you're interested in. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please enjoy your afternoon or your morning or your evening, wherever in this world that you are, whatever time you're watching this. And yeah, take care of yourselves, and bye for now. Peace.